Hi guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
Right, okay Aidan, we're going to do a video today. We're both big into sports, aren't we?
Yeah.
We both love our sports.
We do.
Now, this is the top 10 most watched sports in 2022. Now this is...
It could be. I feel like I'll 100% know what number one is.
When I go from the top 10 most watched sports in 2022, I'm purely talking about television audience. This is based on, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
The graph doesn't show the it's TV, but it looks like it's TV based. So people, I think. Do you think there'll be any surprise?
I think there'll be Americans will be surprised.
I think the Americans will be surprised a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think some of the sports that are played outside of the USA can be quite big.
Massive.
But not necessarily
and
in
then
the
a
USA.
lot of the most popular sports in America is only played in America.
Correct. And well, NBA's sort of like spread across
NBA,
all.
yeah.
NFL's getting bigger in different parts in Europe, but it's not played and not watched on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I don't think, due to the timing, I don't think it probably helps the global TV audience, because I think some of the NFL games over here on at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit late, isn't
Something
it?
you get,
especially if it's
NBA,
on for 4
NBA
hours.
games mainly start at about 3 in the morning.
So it's a little bit late, isn't it, for a lot of the TV. So this is a list of the top 10 most watched sports in 2022. In at number 10, the NFL. So 400 million people watch the NFL.
Out of 8 billion in the world, only 400 million people watch it.
This is what it says. It says outside of the USA, this sport is limited following. However, within the continent, there is such a following in the NFL that the native fans have been able to launch it to its list with an estimated 400 million fans.
What's the population of America? Do you know?
287 million, is it? 387 million?
So you have
Something like
got
that,
some fans
390.
outside.
Yeah. It's NFL is also the most bet on sport in the US by a long way.
Is it?
But yeah, so that's number 10.
I've bet on the basketball before. I've never bet on the NFL.
So that's 400 million NFL for the NFL in watched in 2022. Although I think when you look at the NFL and you talk about most watched sport, I think this is on average, because I think more than 400 million watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Number 9, basketball.
Same.
Again, 400 million.
I would have thought basketball would have way more.
Yeah, again, it's like I was saying though. I think it's one of them where it's a little bit on late for the global audience.
It's absolutely massive in Asia though.
I know, but it's not made for the global audience. If you've got 3 o'clock in the morning in the USA, what time is that in Asia? Probably like 10 o'clock in the morning, isn't it? Something like that. I don't know what time difference is, but it's could be 3 o'clock in the afternoon for all I know. Whatever it is, but it's.
I know it's on between. The first game would normally be at about 12. The last one would be at 3, so it'd end at about 5.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to watch one at 3, you have to. You're staying up till 5 in the morning, aren't you?
Yeah. Which is a little bit late, isn't it? Especially if you're on a working day.
And if there's like last 10 seconds, probably take about an extra hour. Do you know what I mean?
Number 8, golf. Do you like golf?
I do like golf, to be fair. It's quite a nice sport, but...
We've been to a few golf tournaments, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't know how exciting it is to watch. It's way more exciting to play it than watch it.
Yeah, and I think it's also one of them where it's not so bad when you go to the golf course to watch it as well. So watching live golf, they're not actually at the course, because you can you grab a beer and just sort of like walk around casually. Follow one of the...
Until you get hit in the head with the golf ball.
No, one of the funny stories I always remember about, I can't remember who the player was. He was Japanese. He was a Japanese golfer. And I was just walking down the path going to one of the to the next hole, and I saw him all walking up. I thought, I'll wait, see him, watch him play his shot, and he was just in the rough, and he went to swing and he topped the ball and he knocked it about 5 yards in front of him. And I went, oh, I could have done that. And he just glanced around and gave me the worst stare. But it's like, I enjoy going around and talking to the golfers as you go around, especially on like the practice days or whatever. It's golf, but that's 450 million.
Is that in
2022?
That picture?
Yeah, I don't think so. It does look a bit similar to it, doesn't it? But it could be anywhere. That.
Yeah.
I think it's just the red that's putting you off with the HSBC. I think that's the USA somewhere. Although we're not showing this on the camera. Number 7.
That's what I'm surprised about.
Number 7, baseball.
Considering NFL and basketball were 9 and 10 and 9, I didn't think baseball would be on here.
See, I think more people watch baseball. The reason being,
I've never watched baseball much.
I think there's more games.
There's 82 in. There's the same in basketball.
82. I think they play more than 82 games.
Might do. I don't know.
I think in baseball they seem to play about 100 odd. I think
They
like
might.
182.
Really?
Seem to play a hell of a lot of games in baseball. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's something to do with why more people watch baseball than what they watch NFL. Because how many NFL games do you have in a season? 18?
Yeah, 18 each, I think.
Something like that. So you're not
It
watching
only lasts from bloody November to February, or something
September
stupid like
September to February, yeah, something like that. But it's but I mean, baseball's it's one of the most it's probably the biggest pastime in American sport.
most dangerous sports in the world.
That's a different thing.
Oh.
But it's it's big in America, isn't it? MLB. But again, USA, maybe Caribbean countries,
Well,
Central America.
It says the Japanese love it.
Oh, Japanese big in remember that we had like at the New York Yankees had was it Hideki? Can't remember his name now, but there's a lot of Japanese players in the MLB over the years. Pretty sure. Something I've been to a few games, but again, it's not.
I'm quite surprised about that, to be honest.
Number 6, here's one for you. Table tennis. Ping pong, table tennis. 850 million fans, it's saying on the list, who watched table tennis in 2022.
Did you watch table tennis in
No.
2022? No.
I mean, it's probably been on late at night, but again, it's a massive sport in Asia, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you think about the people in Asia who play it,
The population of China.
China's
yeah.
China's like huge for it, isn't it? Table tennis. I don't want to say I haven't watched any last year. I don't know what I watched, so I possibly could have switched it on and watched a little bit because it's an amazing sport.
The only time you'd ever watch that for me is like in the Olympics. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's an amazing sport. It's so fast and like
The skill that it takes.
the skill level's high end, isn't it? High level skill.
If you watch the professionals, it just brings you back down to earth of how bad you are at table tennis.
Oh, I've played against some top players as well, like who I think are top players, not like Olympians or anything like that. And I've had it given to me.
Bloody volleyball.
Number 5, volleyball.
What the hell?
900 million people watch volleyball. And again, I think it's one of them. It's an Olympic sport, isn't it? I'd only watch it really in the Olympics.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even watch it.
I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know much about volleyball. I think the only thing I can tell you about volleyball is the captain wears a different colour.
Yeah, and there's 5 on each side of the net, I think.
Isn't it? I think there's more than that in there.
And then you can only hit it 3 times between you on each side. I don't know. I'm probably just making up rules there.
But I've seen some proper extreme volleyball where they've been going for it. And they've been diving all over the place. I think that's a high energy sport as well.
Yeah,
I think it's quite a concentration and focus on that's really high end.
Probably the cardio as well on that.
Yeah, but it's not a sport.
Especially if you play beach. The only volleyball I play is beach volleyball.
Yeah. But that's the only time you probably ever play it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You wouldn't go to a court and start playing volleyball with your mates.
No. I think if you did, you'd probably just take the net down and have a game of football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, with the volleyball. Number 4, tennis.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
1 billion fans worldwide watch tennis.
When one of the massive, one of the big tournaments like the French Open or Wimbledon or what's the other one? US Open. That's everyone starts watching it. But outside of them, when it's just normal matches, no one watches it. But when Wimbledon comes on, everyone watches it. Even people I know people that's gone to Wimbledon that don't even like tennis.
No, I know. It's funny because when we were kids, whenever Wimbledon come on, we all used to go out and play tennis.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but you never, nowadays, I can play, but it's not something
It's a good workout, to be fair. It's a fun workout.
But do you think, do you know who the tennis number 1s are at the moment?
Novak Djokovic, probably.
For the men, what about the women?
Serena Williams, Venus Williams.
Steffi Graf. I don't know. I don't know who the women's number 1 is, but I know Djokovic is number 1 for men. But yeah, it's a billion people. Yeah, that's a lot, right? Yeah. It's been around since the early 14th century, tennis. Yeah, mad, right?
Where was it made? Where was it actually, where did tennis...
Where was it invented? I don't know.
France?
France, maybe? Don't know. Not sure.
Oh, God. Don't
Number
get me
3.
started on bloody field hockey.
Field hockey. Now, I'm not sure if this is taken into consideration ice hockey as well.
No, it won't be.
I'm not sure field. But I know field hockey's huge again.
Right, it's women's as well. It's huge under women.
I know, but I remember when we used to live in Holland, you used to drive around and you used to see copious amounts of people playing field hockey. Every field had a field hockey team. It's same over here. It's big over here, field hockey. It's huge.
Yeah, when you have schools, they have
colleges and all that. Yeah,
they have field hockey pitches.
Yeah, they do. It's that attracted 2.2 billion viewers in 2022.
Well, what channel would it even be on? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I've ever seen. I only know one player that plays field hockey, and his name was Sean Curley. And he used to be the captain of the England team, or Great Britain. But I've never really followed hockey to know much about it.
What about little Hughes kid?
Oh yeah, she plays for England now, doesn't she? Yeah. Isabel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of your best mates growing up. She plays hockey for England women.
I know, yeah.
2.2 billion people watching bloody field hockey. I find that amazing. But it's huge again, huge in like the Asian subcontinent.
That's
Pakistan,
I think
India.
field hockey's probably huge everywhere. Not apart from maybe northern.
Yeah, I know they play, but it's big in
America.
Like, yeah. Australia, Netherlands. Yeah, big. Number 2. Cricket.
The best bat and ball game.
Intense cricket. I love cricket.
I like cricket.
It's one of my favourite sports. I know it's not a massive sport to watch on. No, I mean I watch it anyway. I watch it on TV.
No, you wouldn't.
I go to the games.
If you go to the game, then like the ground would be half empty.
I went to a game this season. I went to watch Lancashire against Yorkshire. Yeah, I went in. The bar was open. I got a beer. I walked to the terrace. Had a look out. Didn't even know who was batting and who was bowling. Right,
they're all wearing white.
They're all wearing whites. It was a white. It was a
2020
county. No, it was a county game. And I walked out, had a look over the balcony, saw it, looked at it, and I went, nodded at the guy who stood next to me, like morning. And then I walked back in, and I never went out for the rest of the game, and I don't know who won. I just sat in the bar. Yeah. So
no, it's not great to watch, to be honest.
It's a very slow game, isn't it? It's probably slower than baseball.
It's the same as like American football though as well. It's just slow as hell.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how you look at it. I like the NFL. But then again, I'm a massive sports fan that watches anything, but I do enjoy cricket. 2.5 billion people watch cricket. And when you take it, I mean, I know cricket's huge in like a lot of the Commonwealth countries. Australia's big, Pakistan's big, India's huge. India and Australia's huge. And again, you've got even West Indies.
Yeah, the Caribbean area.
Yeah, and it's big. Like it's even getting big now in like Afghanistan's got a big cricket team. Ireland, Scotland,
South Africa.
South Africa is huge. Yeah. So it's big. I think the USA have got a decent cricket team now.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen them play. I've never seen a USA cricket team.
Yeah, they've got a team. Yeah, but they're not in the same league as like your England, Pakistan's, India.
No.
Sri Lanka.
Australia.
Sri Lanka's big as well. Australia. Yeah, but it's I do like my cricket. But yeah, 2.5 million people watch cricket. 2022. 2.5 billion. So when you think about that, massive. And number 1, got to be.
Who would have thought?
Soccer. 3.5 billion people watched it.
I kind of expected more, to be honest.
It's
almost half the population of the world, that though.
Yeah, it's the biggest sport on the planet by far. By a long way. As people know, watch us, we love our soccer, don't we?
Yeah.
We go to many games, pretty much sometimes 3 times a week to watch. Don't really play much now.
Mainly this season because the World Cup and stuff has been interrupted this season.
Yeah, but I think soccer's huge in every country around the world. I can't think of a country where soccer's not huge.
Huge maybe is a bit.
India, Pakistan maybe.
I reckon you'd see football on the ground. You'll see a lot of football shirts walking around as well.
Yeah,
probably always show the English Premier League on TV.
Well, the Indian fans absolutely love the Premier League and soccer in itself. They do. But I think 3.5 billion. When you look at NFL at 400 million, it's a massive like.
It's the biggest sport in Europe. It's the biggest sport in South America.
Yeah. It's the biggest sport in Africa.
It's the biggest sport in Africa, yeah. It's
probably the biggest sport in Asia.
Biggest sport in Asia, maybe.
Biggest sport in Australasia?
No.
Oceania?
No.
What do you think is? Surfing? Skateboarding?
No, I reckon, Aussie rules as its own.
Aussie rules is big, yeah.
Could be rugby as well.
Yeah,
or even cricket.
Yeah, I'm surprised rugby's not on that list, actually. Because rugby is quite big. But again, rugby's only a small... captured audience, isn't it?
Yeah, like even in England, it's
where you've got South Africa,
you're
Australia,
either a football fan, soccer fan, or a rugby fan, but you'll find like a soccer fan 1 every 10 rugby fans type thing, probably more.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But that's
and then a rugby fan always tries to tell you why rugby's better, and you never listen to them.
I do like watching rugby though. I only watch rugby league. I only watch rugby union.
No, yeah, rugby league is.
I don't watch rugby league.
When you don't ruck and like you just put the ball down
through the legs.
Yeah,
that's rugby league.
Rugby union's better when you actually.
There's less players on a rugby league pitch as well. But rugby league, the rugby you see in Australia is huge. 13 on the rugby league, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, but I think with rugby league, when you see rugby playing in Australia, a lot of them teams are rugby league that are really big. They do have rugby union. I know that in Australia. I know they do. But what I'm saying, I think rugby league's bigger in Australia than it is rugby union. Yeah.
Are they classed as 2 different sports?
Yeah, 2 different rules. I went to watch a game years ago. It was Widnes against Bath, I think it was.
Bath.
And it was rugby union against rugby league. And then they played another game, played it at City's ground, for the league game, and then they played in Bath for the Union game.
Really?
Yeah. And they played cross codes, it was called. Yeah. But interesting. So there's a list of the most top 10 sporting, what was it? Top 10 what? Sports watched in 2022. Most watched sports in 2022. So yeah, quick run down the list again. Number 10 NFL. Number 9 was basketball. Number 8 was golf. Number 7 baseball. Number 6 table tennis. That's just bizarre, that one.
Yeah.
And even more bizarre, 5 volleyball. And it gets even more bizarre after number 4, which was tennis. But number 3, field hockey. I don't know, 2.2 billion people. Number 2 was cricket. And number 1, soccer. Yeah, I agree with soccer.
How many see there's like I don't know, there's like 6 times more people that watch field hockey than NFL.
It's bizarre, isn't it? But again, it might be to do with the volume of games. If there was 30, if your club
still above baseball. And
how many Premier League games is he? 392 in a season.
Well, can you do 38 times 20?
It's 38 times 18, isn't it? Or 38 times 20.
38 times 20.
Well, I don't know.
Who's got the maths? Let us know in the comments. That's what it is anyway.
38 times 20 is, yeah, and that's how many
That's
games
how
you
many-
got.
that's
And
how
if
many Premier League
NFL,
games are.
I think if NFL did the same, I don't know how many NFL games there are.
Well, NFL's once a week, innit?
It's Saturdays and Sundays and sometimes Mondays and Fridays.
On Thursday, I know
Thursday night football, yeah.
But in NBA, I'm pretty sure they play like 4 times a week. You
Yeah,
know?
I think you're right. I think they do with baseball as well.
Maybe 4 times is a stretch, but I think they play like 3 times a week.
Yeah, and I think baseball's similar where you play quite a lot of games.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that's captured audience because of the time zones. And I think baseball's got a little bit... Baseball's bigger than NFL purely because it's more games. And I think you're capturing that audience. I think more people watch basketball in South America and in Central America on that time zone than what they do in like what they would NFL. In my opinion. I don't know what it's based on, that list, but it says it's a compiled list of most viewed sports in 2022.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Put a
Soccer's
little
number
list
1.
of like a top 5 list in the comments as well of what your top 5 favourite
are.
sports to watch.
Good idea, mate. Good idea. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.